What's up guys, welcome to another video. Today we're doing the first episode of how to script on Roblox, okay? So I'm going to remove those. So first, add a script into script servers. That's what we're going to start with. So just click the plus button and a script. Don't worry about that, we'll get into that in a future episode. But today we're focusing on variables and functions. Now let's first think about variables. What is a variable? Now this is how you would set out a variable. So you would say local var because it's local to the script. That's what it means. It's only to the script or to the section of code. So if you put in a function, it's to that section, and we'll get to functions later, okay? But let's not worry about that. So local var equals 1, and we can have three things that we can store in a variable. I'll get to what a variable is soon, but I'm just showing you. So you can store a number, right? An integer. You can store a string. So in speech marks, this is called a string. And we can also store a boolean value, which is true or false, okay? So these three things are what we can store. Now what is a variable? So variable is basically, so think of it as a box. You're storing something in a box. Let's say you're storing like some toys in a box. Let's say that those toys is a number, okay? We'll forget about these two. Let's say that toy is a number. So we're storing 1 inside a box or like a toy, okay? And then let's say in a few days we want to access that. We open the box and take it out. Now if we didn't have that box, if we didn't store it, and we just kept it at a random place and we needed it in a few days, well, we don't know where it is. And that's kind of what this is. So you're literally sorting out a variable, a type of data set, so that we don't need to look for it in the script. If you have like 200 lines, okay, so they're all at the top of the script, you know where they are, and you can change them. So if this is 2, any code that uses that variable will change to using 2 instead of 1, okay? And that's a variable. So if I simply just do hot dog, hot dog, 1, okay? And then if I add, well, we'll just do the base plate. So game, so to refer anything we say game, okay? Game.baseplate. You can't say that, okay? So where's the base plate located? It's in the workspace. So you say game.workspace, and now we can do that base plate. And then I'm gonna set the transparency, and this. So basically, we're just setting these properties in a script. So brick color, transparency, reflectance, all of that we can set in a script. So game.baseplate transparency equals var. So now the baseplate should go invisible. There we go. Because we set it to that. Now if we do it to 0.5, it'll be half transparent. And you can see we can do that. Now yeah, we could have just set this to 1, but this is the point. We want to save a variable up here so we don't have to use it later in the script. So that's numbers. So now what if we use the most basic method, so printing. Now if I change this to hello world, which is the default, and we print var. Now in the output down here, hello world, okay? Yeah, so that's a string. Now we're saying var equal to true, so the variable is storing true into the var. Now we can't print true, but what we can do game.workspace.baseplate.anchored equals var, okay? And this is the most simplest way of doing this. You could just write true, but we can set it here, so false. I'm gonna set it to false, and the base rate will just bye. Anyways, yeah, so that's a variable, and that's very simple. You're basically putting in just think of it as a box, okay? And you're storing it for later use. Now, functions. Basically, you name it the same as a variable. So function var. Let's think of something. So let's try and add 2 numbers. So Well, I'm not going to get into that yet. Okay, wait. Function var. There we go. And we're going to just say add numbers. And remember to name them correctly. Not correctly. You can name them whatever. You can name them like pizza or something, but name them so it fits with the theme. So if we add two variables, num1 or num2, print num1 plus num2. Okay, so I'm just gonna run it and we'll see what happens, and let's see if you can spot what I haven't done. Okay. Well, it doesn't print anything. This is called a logic error. So basically, the script runs, but not as intended. So we want to do 1 plus 2, but it's not outputting 3, which it should. Now, it's a function, so what we have to do is actually call the function. That's what we do here. This is what we call calling the function or executing the function. We add numbers 1 and 2. Now, it should output 3 in the output, okay? So that's simple. We have a function, and we'll get to why we need functions. Well, so what if you want to do this code multiple times? So like each time you're doing a different number. So 3 and 5, 52, right? 2 and I don't know. Okay, and then it prints 3 numbers, right? But look how much lines that has took over. It took 16 lines to write that. Well, if I just put it to the top, well, 14 lines, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, so 14 lines. But with a function, what we can do is reduce that line numbers and put it into a block of code called a function. So if we do local num1 equals 1, local num2 equals 3. So yeah, and then print num1 plus num2. Okay, so now we have to obviously call it. And now we've only used 7 lines. We've used half of the lines we used before, and we still get 4. Well, so, but this also causes one problem, because if we do that, obviously it works for 3 times. But what if we want different numbers? What if we want this to be like 6 or 7? Now that's where the next part comes in. Parameters, okay? So in functions, we don't really need to use variables, because the variables come in these brackets, and that's what a parameter is, okay? So we're going to write here num1 and num2, okay? And these are remembered in the function in the parameters. We can give this any name, but you just need to. So yeah, so this is now reduce this code even further down. You can see how efficient it gets, and then we can add numbers. Num1. Well, okay, what will num1 be? We're gonna have it as 1, okay? And num2, we can have 3. Now it will print 4 again. So yeah, there we go. And now what we can do, we can literally do that, and we can literally customize it. So if I just change these to random numbers, you can get 3 different random numbers. Instead of using variables and using 14 lines, we use 7, which is very efficient. And that's parameters, variables, and functions. And you can use this for lots of things. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. That was very short but very simple topics. Next, we're going to look deeper into parameters, and we're going to look at other things which I'll have to decide. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye guys, bye.